when I tell all my Muslim friends, they just say, no, no, it's just Jewish or Zionist or Western propaganda. How true is this? I'm seeing so many messages from so many Iranians living abroad who are saying, Israel, come on, finish this job to liberate us. Like in the past, we've seen how America used to use this line as that we're going into Iraq to liberate the people of Iraq, or we're going into Afghanistan to liberate the people of Afghanistan. But here, for the first time, we're actually hearing from people from a country that who are saying that, hey, bomb this terrorist regime to hell and liberate us. How true is this?
Well, so there are different attitudes, right? Like obviously there's a spectrum. Different Iranians have different perspective on this. There are a lot of Iranians that are just so tired of the Islamic Republic that they're can't wait for Israel to come and basically take out their enemies, especially given how Israel has been showing to be very, very successful at taking out the people that many Iranian people wanted to see dead for a very, very long time. I mean, let me just show you a video of Iranians thanking Israelis for taking out Hassan Nasrallah. So there's this one. I mean, I have so many videos on this. I showed a lot of these. I'm just going to mute it so I could talk over it as well. I showed so many of these videos on my previous stream on our channel, so you guys could go watch that. But this is just an example of that. People holding the Iranian flag and the Israeli flag. Well, the actual Iranian flag, not the current Islamic Republic flag. I keep mentioning on my own shows that the main flag that you see the flag of Israel being always flown next to is the flag of Iran. Like these are the two flags that you constantly in Western countries being flown next to each other is Iranian people celebrating Israel, which is crazy. So this guy, so Hassan Nasrallah, when Israel took out Hassan Nasrallah, this guy posted the video. He seemed to be very, very upset. I like to share this. So he was sad that Hassan Nasrallah was killed. So let's watch this.
I knew that. And out of his Zionists.
Yeah, so he's obviously. Yeah, no, he is he is Iranian, and I think he's Iranian living in Israel or something. But he's wearing a Cyrus shirt. Yeah. He is Iranian, and his name is his Instagram is ITAYBENDA. I just wanted to make sure I give credit for him. But again, there's so many videos like that. I also showed you videos of, but I have to be honest. I showed videos from the other side. There were Arzashis, or basically hardline Iranians, who were crying that Nasrallah was dead. People who were vowing revenge. So there is that side as well. I would say that the majority of the people are against the regime, against Nasrallah, happy that Israel that took out somebody like Nasrallah. And there are also people in between, people who are against the regime. They are not anti-Israel, but they're also concerned that an attack, what would an attack on of Israel on Iranian soil would look like. They think that this might devastate their lives. Would it destroy the economy? Should they be concerned about their safety? So there's a spectrum. There's a lot of celebration. There are a lot of Iranians who are welcoming Israel, who want Israel to come and basically take out this regime, because the Iranian people themselves do not have the weapons, do not have the power to be able to basically fight back against the regime. And they think that they see an ally in Israel. They see a powerful friend that actually does have the technology and the weaponry to be able to take these people out. The people that they want to take out themselves, but they can't. They think Israel is basically the main ally of the Iranian people. So these are basically, we could maybe categorize it in three people: the pro-regime people who are anti-Israel, the anti-regime people who are pro-Israel, that are celebrating Israel, and then there are people in the middle that are anti-regime, but they're also concerned about what a conflict might look like. So that's the three categories.
So we know that the current Islamic regime only enjoys between 15 to 20% support. So that means 80% of the Iranian public is not
It's actually
supportive of
closer to
this
8%. I think it's closer
eight.
to
I was
8%.
being really, really generous. So let's just go with 15 to 20%. Okay. Let's just be, because
Okay.
even that doesn't help their cause. So, and I would, so 80% of the Iranian public is not supportive of this regime, which I could understand. Now, within that, a lot of people would have varying views towards Israel as well, and also Israel's assistance. So we obviously don't have any statistics for that. But I just wanted to share this message with you. It says, I'm from Iran and sick of these Islamic theocrats and terrorists. I wish Israel retaliates real hard, even if it means we have to live without power or water for months. Finish this terrorism once and for all. Palestine is not our people's problem. And frankly, we don't give a S about them. Long live Israel. Show them your power. Show the whole world. Please keep me anonymous. So that was sent to Visegrad, which is a very pro-Israeli account. You're the smartest Iranian that I know, Armin. So what is your opinion? What do you want? Do you think that it would be good for the future of Iran if Israel actually takes out this regime? And we're going to discuss what options are on the table for Israel. Wouldn't you be, or how serious is the fear that if Israel takes out this Islamic regime, then chaos and anarchy will spread? So, what is your opinion? What do you want, or what do you think is the best option for Iran's future?
Uh, well, on average, I would welcome any actions against the Islamic Republic. The Islamic Republic is so devastating for Iran and the Iranian people that it's almost impossible to imagine a worse fate. Even if we have a temporary chaos, if this regime falls, the Iranian people will eventually turn that into order, right? After, whenever there is a dismantling of a regime, there will be some period that might be chaotic. It might be short term, it might be long term, but the recovery after that, it will be so worth it, because right now Iran is dying a very fast death, like the natural resources, the missed opportunities, the change to the demographic. Like, I don't know if you know this, Harris, but the Iranian regime is basically trying to demographically change Iran by bringing people from religious people from Afghanistan to Iran. They are bringing they're noticing how religion people are leaving religion. They're replacing teachers, like educated teachers in elementary school and kindergarten, with mullahs, like uh, people who have years of experience in teaching and are educated in how to deal with children. They're being replaced, and they're bringing mullahs from religious centers to try to get religion in from the very early on into the children. So attempts of brainwashing, attempts from bringing people from Iraq. They are university positions in Tehran who are kept for the most elite students that have passed the university entrance exams. A lot of those seats are being taken away and be given to Iraqis from Hashd al-Shabi, from Iraqi fighters, part of the proxies of the Islamic Republic in Iraq. The young people, they get to come and they're basically replacing the students in universities from other countries. So they're bringing religious people from other countries to change, because they're noticing their own people that are supporting them. So imagine the natural resources of Iran are being wasted for supporting terrorism. The people, the people resources that the country has is trying to be engineered, and the mismanagement of the environment is causing so much devastating harm to Iran that is irreplaceable. Like, some of these are unfixable. And the missed economic, like, there are a lot of economic corridors that are now going around north and south of Iran, bypassing Iran because of the sanctions. That a lot of missed opportunities that will take decades and decades to recover from. All of these missed opportunities, if you add all of this damage together, that the Iranian people are suffering under the Islamic Republic, you could see why a lot of Iranians are justifiably thinking, like, okay, even if even if there's some form of chaos at the beginning, even if we have to deal with some damages because there's war or something, nothing could be as damaging and or as harmful as continuing to live under the Islamic Republic. So we will welcome them. We will welcome whatever cost it takes to get rid of these mullahs, because Iran is being destroyed, Iran is being wasted, and we cannot wait any longer. That's what so many of people of Iran are calculating.
We discussed this possibility before in the wake of Mahsa Amini's protests. And then at that time, you said that no, we wouldn't want any foreign intervention, because I think I discussed that if the US does the same thing that it has done in Syria and other places, that, okay, let's arm the rebels and then, and then just leave. And then we all know what happened in Syria, what happened in Libya, and so on. At that time, you were against that idea. Obviously, if the Islamic regime is toppled, there would be chaos. But you're saying that the people would be so. Has there been a progress since Mahsa Amini's
Yes.
protests up to now, that people are more sick and tired of this regime and they're saying, anything will do but them?
So I believe in the wisdom of the crowd, and I just try to reflect what the wisdom of the crowd is basically, what their
Oh, and sorry, very
conclusion of
quickly,
what-
I'll add another variable to that. Where does Raza Pahlavi fits in all of that? Like, do you think he could play a major role to calm things down if when the Islamic regime is toppled?
Right. Okay. So when we talked last, the Iranian people, it was a taboo to welcome a foreign intervention, right? So many Iranian people still said that, yeah, we will welcome a foreign intervention, but most Iranian people were saying that we got this ourselves. We will take regime change ourselves, right? After the Master Revolution, more Iranian people, again, not all. I don't want to paint everybody with the same brush, okay? But more Iranian people I've noticed since last time are convinced that, okay, we cannot do this by ourselves. We need foreign help, right? When it comes to foreign intervention, some people will support a foreign intervention conditionally. Like, they will say that if it's precise, if it's targeted, if it's with low civilian casualties, if it's targeted at IRGC or Supreme Leader assets, and not civil infrastructure, then they will support it. Some other people, so we have a huge spectrum. Other people are like, no, even if they come for the oil and gas, even though if people will suffer somewhat, if they come for the oil and gas, they will support it as well, right? But so I cannot tell you what most people think, because again, it's a spectrum, but I'm noticing a shift. It used to be so taboo, even if you're anti-regime, to welcome foreign intervention. Now that is not taboo anymore. Not at all. Social media is filled with celebrations of Israel taking out targets inside Iran. And they don't see that an attack on Iran. A lot of Iranian people say that if you think Israel coming in and taking out IRGC assets or the Islamic Republic assets, that is not an attack on Iran. That is an attack on the Islamic Republic. And anything that attacks the Islamic Republic is actually in defense of the people of Iran. The example I give on my Persian show is that when Americans went to France to attack the Nazis, right? Nobody considered that an attack on France. Nobody would consider that just because it was on French soil. It was never considered an attack on France, obviously.
Or even Vichy's France. Or even Vichy's France, because that Vichy was, the Vichy government was made up of French people.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's